as a cat. We're about to see who gets saltier. And next time's is not what you were expecting. Anyway. Okay, Monikers, get over it. Get over on top. Get over on top. Anyways, today we're going to be watching Madara versus Aizen. And which side do I think is going to get more salty? I think it's going to be the Bleach side. If I'm wrong, then oh well. So, because I really don't want another loss at this point. So, let's begin this crazy mayhem and see how things go. So, I'm gonna bring my laptop over and we're gonna have a chat feed ready. So, let's begin the madness. Come on, move the laptop over. That's all I want to do. Alright. Alright. Want to see the original video? It'll be in the description below. So let's begin. Alrighty. Time to see which side gets more saltier.
Madara Uchiha, the legendary messianic shinobi from Naruto.
Sosuke Aizen, the Soul Reaper who stood upon the heavens from Bleach.
We may dream of glory, but these two have the will to power to take it by force and claim a seat among the gods.
They're the biggest, baddest anime bosses around, and not even death can stop them. Ghost versus zombie. Let's go. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons,
Ghost versus
armor,
zombie?
and skills to find out
That's
who
perfect,
would win
accurate
a
description.
death battle.
Also,
Endless destruction, countless dead, a plot to conquer the planet. The ninja world was at war.
For the fourth time, only one man could save humanity from itself, from beyond the grave.
The same man who orchestrated this war in the first place in order to end all wars forever. Madara Uchiha.
From birth, war was the only thing the young Madara knew, and there was no ninja he liked fighting more than Hashirama Senju. They're basically ninja Romeo and Juliet.
Belonging to opposing clans, Madara and Hashirama were forced to battle each other for years, all the while dreaming of a better future.
Their bromance eventually overcame their clan's differences and the two groups merged, creating the village of Konoha.
But Madara wasn't satisfied with Hashirama's dream of peace through cooperation. He desired an immortal peace through total domination.
Everyone else thought that was crazy, so he bounced, and then he came back to wage war against the village he helped build. Well, that didn't last long, huh?
Madara's megalomania was perhaps fated, considering he
Madara
is in fact
insane.
the reincarnation of the demigod Indra Otsutsuki and the inheritor of his immensely powerful chakra.
Basically physical and spiritual energy that makes ninja magic. Madara specializes in fire and wood style jutsus, which just seems irresponsible to put those together, like a gender reveal party waiting to happen.
His wood is
Not
especially
really.
impressive, considering it's the only
Not
style of
really.
elemental jutsu that can create life. Why are you looking at me like that?
Madara can even use his Gunbai to absorb ninjutsu and
to
return
read
it
that.
right back to sender. You know you're a badass when you can take on armies with just a friggin' fan.
Madara has torn apart
thing it's
hordes
in
of
a bottle,
ninja
not
without
in a
breaking
cup.
a sweat, taking a beating from
Otherwise,
every tailed
I
beast
had to
at
clean up
once,
a mess.
and even defeated the 5 Kage, some of the strongest shinobi in the world.
The Raikages even stated to be fast
Translation:
enough to move
while
at light
rushing at
speed,
such a
and
speed
even
of
weaker
light.
ninja like Orochimaru have
Ooh.
dodged literal
Yeah,
photon
Orochimaru.
beams.
But Madara's greatest tool is the one born from his very bloodline, the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. These magical eyes massively enhance his perception down to the cellular level, allowing him to predict movements, see the flow of chakra, and summon the mighty perfect Susanoo.
The Sharingan can also cast a genjutsu that'll trap anyone that looks at it in an illusion, and even break them out of those same illusions.
In Sasuke's case, even ones as strong as Itachi Tsukuyomi, which can warp your perception of time. Itachi used it on a fellow Uchiha and made her live out her entire life in the span of 1/100th of 1/1000th of 1/1,000,000th of a second.
And when she died in the illusion,
That
she
is
died
a
for real.
tongue
And Sasuke
twister
could
mouthful.
break out of it. Madara could too, easily.
And after grafting some of Hashirama's cells onto himself, he
Would always have a piece of his Romeo inside him. This is my ship, Wiz. Stop looking at me like that.
He not only gained a healing factor strong enough to regenerate from having half his body vaporized, but also the terrifying Rinnegan.
AKA the big chungus of all eye magic. The ringy.
I'm sorry, did Boomstick just say the big chungus of all eye magic? Boomstick. That was a dumb pun, and you know it. I'm gonna read this out for you so we don't have to hear Boomstick's punniness. Rinnegan includes Diva Path, attractive and repulsive forces, summon meteors, Asura Path, cyborg augmentation, animal path, summon monsters, outer path, summons the demonic statue, human path, read minds, pull out souls, Krita path, absorbs chakra, Naraka path, interrogation and restoration, and then black receiver, limbo, border jail. Rinna Sharingan, infinite Tsukio Igata, nativity of the world of a world of trees. Sorry. Okay.
Guys, let Madara absorb chakra
Advanced
and
Dojutsu.
Create invisible limbo
Sorry if I
clones,
butchered these
see and
names.
remove your soul from your body and summon giant-ass meteors. As if he needed any more fucking powers.
While the Rinnegan lacks some of the Sharingan's unique abilities, he can switch between them at will.
After tearing the ninja world a new asshole, Madara was finally defeated in a climactic battle for the ages by his BFF, and thus the life of a legendary shinobi came to an end in the arms of his one true love. Or did it?
Alright, this is gonna get pretty crazy, but just bear with me.
I think Wiz has lost his mind. Yeah, strap in, ladies and gentlemen. This is about to get chaotic.
Fearing a defeat in battle, Madara set a time-delayed jutsu that would posthumously rewrite reality and bring him back to life. And it worked! So Madara tricked another Uchiha, Obito, into witnessing his best friend murdering his other best friend. Then he tasked Obito with manipulating the world into another war. Meanwhile, he gave his own Rinnegan to Nagato with the goal of getting it back after he was brought back to life the second time with the outer path because he died again. Make sense?
That'll never work.
You're right, it didn't! So Obito went out and got the Rinnegan back from Nagato's corpse, because he died. Then Kabuto brought Madara back to life, and he got his eyes back from Obito after some backstabbing. Then he sealed the awakened Ten Tails within himself in order to gain ultimate power and create the world's greatest nap time ever!
Look what you people have done to him. You...
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Naruto lore in a nutshell.
Big Ten Tails power would be awesome, but those dinky 8 balls of doom are so lame.
Don't let their size fool you. These truth-seeking orbs are in another league. The Ten Tails is strong enough to wipe continents off the map, and the orbs can be shaped into weapons that will completely disintegrate anything they come into contact with. Not even ninja resurrected through Edo Tensei like Minato could regenerate limbs lost to the truth-seeking orbs, which means they had to erase his literal spirit itself.
Madara's power was so insane he was considered comparable to the original Sage of Six Paths, the dude who helped create the friggin' moon.
And when Madara created meteors, they were large enough to show up against the curvature of the Earth. Measuring their size and estimating the height at which Madara lifted them, they'd have to possess the potential energy of at
I
least
hope you enjoyed that
317
explanation, because
TNT.
that's pretty much
He was
Naruto in a
even
nutshell.
to keep up with 8 Gates guy, who kicked hard enough to bend space. Madara even has an attack where he hawks light speed loogies.
Considering even base Madara has displayed speeds on par with Light Timing Ninja, we know Ten Tails Madara would have to be significantly faster thanks to the Ten Tails' power.
With virtually no one left to oppose him, Madara's plot was finally in the endgame. He awakened the Rin Sharingan, and with the God Tree summoned, he cast the infinite Tsukuyomi, spreading the tree's roots across the entire planet and capturing every single person in the world. This would enslave all of humanity in an endless dream world, free of conflict forever. Peace, through total domination.
Manipulating this tree with his chakra would have involved physically spreading its roots through and around the entire Earth in mere moments. Estimating the tree's mass and the speed at which the roots were moved, his chakra must have released an energy exceeding 1 yotaton of TNT.
And this was with just one jutsu. Is there a character that could possibly even touch Madara Uchiha?
Kishimoto himself didn't even know. Madara's power was so overwhelming, the only thing that could take him down was treachery.
Even the man with the magic eyes couldn't see that coming.
All that was left was his old friend Hashirama, there to comfort him in his final moments.
Just like Romeo and Juliet. Or never was there a story of more woe than this of Hashirama and his Madabro. I read it in iambic pentameter.
Is there a gas leak in here?
Now the real fun begins.
Alrighty,
The
now
Soul
get ready for the
Society
bleach match.
was in chaos. One of its leading Shinigami was set to be executed under suspicious circumstances. A band of humans from the living world had invaded to save her, and Sosuke Aizen, captain of the 5th Division of the Gotei 13, was dead. Murdered.
What dastardly mastermind could have been behind all this? He'd have to be a galaxy-brained 5D chess master.
The man responsible was, in fact, Sosuke Aizen.
Little is known about the man's past, only that he isn't a man, a human man, but a soul reaper.
These
Used to teach
Shinigami
calligraphy.
are spiritual
Really?
beings who ferry lost souls to the
this
afterlife
evil.
and
Hang on,
purify
before we continue. So this evil bastard from Bleach used to teach cursive. Talk about a form of writing that I'm actually good with.
those who have turned evil in the living world.
They're badass anime wizard Grim Reaper swordsmen. Though Aizen himself was hardly that cool. I mean, just look at those glasses. Dork.
But this Clark Kent was harboring a secret. Aizen had spent years attempting to develop the means to ultimate power, ruining the lives of many of his colleagues via his twisted experiments.
Oh, so when Aizen does it, he's a supervillain. But when you do it to me, it's shut the hell up, Boomstick. You're under NDA, and I know about the stuff you've done.
As a Shinigami, Aizen's body is made of Reishi, being spirit matter, and empowered by ReRyoku, being spirit energy. Entities made of Reishi are completely invisible to anyone without specific supernatural awareness, though a Shinigami's body is still tangible and can be damaged normally.
And with his ReRyoku energy, Aizen can create incredibly powerful blasts. He's so strong, weaker beings will literally disintegrate if they get too close to him.
This is due to his Reiatsu, a localized spiritual pressure exerted as a result of his enormous power.
He also knows tons of Keto, or spells. He can create force fields, bend the light around him to make him impossible to
Keto.
detect. Fire
Oh my
concentrated
god,
bolts
that's
of
gonna be
lightning
a
and
mouthful to
absorb
read.
the
So,
energy.
let me read all this. Million Escudo. Million Escudo. Bakudo number 26, Kyokuko. Oh my god. You know what? I'll just let these guys say it because I can't even read all this.
From his surroundings to make giant-ass energy dragons.
Perhaps his deadliest Keto is Kurohitsugi. After an extensive incantation, Aizen surrounds
They
his
pronounce it
target
a little
in an
bit better
enormous
than
black
me,
coffin
so-
that distorts space and time. and
Apologies,
tears
Bleach
its
fans.
victims
I
apart.
suck at reading all
Aizen's
that.
plotting finally came
I
to
didn't want to
fruition
butcher
during the
all that.
invasion of the Soul Society, where he faked his death using his greatest weapon, his Zanpakuto, Kyoka Suigetsu.
A Shinigami Zanpakuto is a magical sword that possesses a sentient spirit. Kyoka Suigetsu gives Aizen complete control over his victim's senses the instant they lay eyes on the sword. This complete hypnosis traps its victims in a nearly perfect illusion that Aizen can manipulate at will, making himself virtually immune to attacks while his opponents are sitting ducks.
It's so strong that it kept a group of ex-Soul Reapers known as the Visor trapped for over 100 years without them even knowing it. It's one of the most broken powers ever, and the definition of anime bullshit.
But it was all worth it when he perfected his ultimate creation, the Hogyoku, an immensely powerful reality-warping device that, quote, materializes the user's wishes.
In Aizen's case, it realized his desire to become the strongest being in the universe. With it, he can heal any of his wounds, even when half his body is vaporized. And more importantly, it exponentially increases his power over time through evolution, by turning him into a horrifying butterfly monster man.
A being eventually strong enough to dethrone and replace the Soul King, the deity that controls the cosmic balance. Even a minor disruption to the Soul King's influence led to the three worlds of Earth, the Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo to start physically collapsing.
Then it implied that the Soul King has to be outputting enough energy to hold all these places together at all times.
Considering each should be roughly the same size, this would require an energy of over 140 zetatons of TNT.
I don't
Is
think the
powerful enough to
zetatons are
vaporize
gonna
mountains as a side
outclass
effect of
the
a sword
fucking
swing.
Yodaton.
His casual energy blasts can disintegrate huge chunks of the earth, and he can take on armies with just his Ryatsu alone.
He even defeated the rest of the Gote 13 without so much as breaking a sweat.
So he should be way stronger than Soul Society heavy hitters like Kenpachi, who sliced this 120-kilometer wide asteroid to pieces.
That's roughly the width of Great Britain. An asteroid of this size would have to carry a kinetic energy of at least 44 petatons of TNT.
And Aizen was so badass, he literally transcended other Shinigami in power. He was in a whole other dimension from the rest of them.
Until he fought Ichigo Kurosaki.
The battle we've all been waiting for. Way before this in the Soul Society arc, Ichigo was already as fast as lightning. And by this point, after all his power boosts, he'd even be faster than light. Hell, even weaker characters like this lady can dodge light beams.
Though their fight was epic, Ichigo had transcended the Shinigami as well, and even Aizen himself. Feeding upon his insecurities, the Hogoku abandoned Aizen, who was quickly defeated and imprisoned within the bottommost level of the Soul Society's prison. Aizen was left alone. His great power he sacrificed so much to achieve was gone forever.
Or was it? Somehow he ended up getting even stronger than before. What made him so strong? Could it be the chair?
It's not the chair. It could theoretically be due to the chair's restraints keeping his Ryatsu from properly releasing, building it up within him until he was stronger in base than he was at his previous max.
Nah, it's definitely the chair. And, since the chair could still hold him after he got stronger, wouldn't that make it even stronger than him? Even stronger than the Soul King? All hail the mighty Chair-sama, most powerful being in all of Bleach. He even managed to hold his own against the Quincy warlord Yuha, who absorbed the
chair
power
is
of the
not the
Soul
reason.
King himself. He even used Kyoka Suigetsu to trick him,
Defeated the
and
Gote
Yuha's a dude who
13
can literally
advisor,
see every possible future all at the same time,
Urahara,
all according to Keikaku,
Ichigo.
bitches.
Wow, he actually
And
did
after
beat Ichigo.
standing among the gods themselves,
Probably in the second time.
Aizen returned to captivity and pondered the meaning of his existence.
Even trapped in a prison, sealed off in a different dimension with a 20,000-year sentence, he remains the most dangerous being in the world.
Who knows what schemes are brewing behind those cold, calculating eyes? No compassion, no empathy, only the drive for power.
No one has ever stood at the top. Neither you nor me. From now on, I alone will stand at the top.
Alright, the combatants are set and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Alright.
It's time for a
Time to see which side gets more fucking salty. I'm being dead serious. It's already gonna be obvious this side, the Bleach side's gonna get saltier.
You can see me.
I can see everything.
Did you see that?
Oh, this is probably mute. I'm probably guessing the track is by Brandon Yates because I hear the lyrics.
I would expect nothing more from a human.
Mere parlor tricks. Don't get so full of yourself.
Everybody's known as Black Coffin. Okay, can we just take a moment and rewind to that part there? That shot. That's fire. At least we'll finally get to see who wins between these two. Despite it not being the 1 minute melee. Fair point. This will be an interesting battle. Welcome to Street Dog. Sorry I didn't mention it earlier. Susanoo versus Butterfly Monster Man.
Hado 99! Goryu Tenmetsu!
Those dragons are not gonna save you. What do you hope to achieve here?
I love it. The thrill of battle, the pounding of my heart, the taste of my own blood. I love it!
Okay, pause that for a sec. That is actually terrifying. That is really terrifying.
You almost had me there, you tricky bastard.
Nothing escapes my illusions, human. Know your place.
That's not the real Madara. That wasn't the real Madara. There's the real Madara.
What a wonderful dance.
KO! Of course Madara won.
Well-
He fake died twice for his 5D chess plan, while Aizen only fake died once.
Aizen and Madara were extremely
Well,
evenly matched in raw
Bleach
power and
fans,
speed. By our
prepare to be
calculations,
salty.
Madara
Yes,
spreading the
I
God
mean,
Tree's roots with his chakra
were
was
you
about
expecting the
7
Bleach
times more powerful than the best
victory
that Aizen
here?
could still
I
do
highly
with his
doubt
rare
so.
yoke.
Because,
And
I mean,
both
come
ended
on.
up being roughly as
If
fast
you
as each other.
pit them
While
up
there are a
against
range of
Madara.
possible feats and numbers to go with to determine their limits, the point is they're always going to be close to even.
Which means the main thing that mattered here were their powers and how they
What, were
countered
you
each
stupid?
other. Madara's enormous variety of abilities
That battle is
eventually
awesome? Hell yeah.
overwhelmed Aizen.
This one was
While
pretty
Soul
good.
Reapers like Aizen may be invisible
Definitely
to
another
regular
solid
people,
10 out of
the
10.
Rinnegan allowed Madara to see invisible spiritual beings like his own Limbo clones. Hell, the Rinnegan lets you see and remove human souls, and that's exactly what a Soul Reaper is.
Both Chakra and Reryoku utilize spirit energy and operated in similar ways, being formed into attacks like ninjutsu and Kido. That meant that Madara's ability to absorb ninjutsu allowed him to nullify the vast majority of Aizen's range attacks, and even dispel his force fields.
And despite how OP Aizen's complete hypnosis was, Sharingan users can break out of illusions no sweat, even ones as powerful as Itachi's Tsukuyomi. And since Madara can switch between the Rinnegan and the Sharingan at will, he'd be able to break out of an illusion anytime he wanted.
Aizen's illusions are nearly perfect, but fellow Captain Unohana was able to subconsciously notice its flaws. With an eye as perceptive as the Sharingan, which can spot imperfections in genjutsus all the time, it was only inevitable that Madara would be able to quickly break out.
However, the same couldn't be said for Aizen, who never showed any resistance to the kind of mental illusions Madara can create.
Even setting illusions aside, the sheer
God, don't
quantity
show-
of
show
offensive
that creepy-
options at
don't
Madara's
show that creepy
disposal,
shot.
whether it be his clones,
Though
meteors,
that shot was
monsters
fire,
summoned
though.
by the Rinnegan, kept Aizen constantly
First
on the
did you
back
do now,
foot.
Aizen?
But
That's
none of
Tooth's
that
character
mattered if they
walk.
couldn't
That's
kill each
how-
other.
Yep.
And both had pretty insane healing
Let me turn
factors
on.
that could
The
recover
moment you
from
pit
just
Naruto
about
against
anything,
Bleach, I'm always Team
except for
Naruto.
those
I don't know
pesky
why,
eight
it's just
balls
there.
of doom.
Madara's
Unless they have a
truth-seeking
fucking
orbs
powerful
were
Bleach
capable
character,
of
then-
completely molecularly annihilating
that can beat
spiritual
an
beings
actual
and
Naruto
preventing them
character,
from
then I
regenerating.
can actually-
And again, Aizen was a spiritual being.
And Aizen lacked the ability to do the same irreversible
Okay,
damage to Madara.
shut up for 1 second, Boomstick. Since characters much weaker than Madara and Aizen perform light-speed feats, they would likely end up much faster. However, based on further calculation, they still upscale to a roughly same degree.
The ghost of the Uchiha had exactly what he needed to put this actual ghost down for good.
Aizen was an unbelievably overpowered foe, but Madara's own powers, illusions, and devastating
Yeah, the moment I saw the
allowed him to crush the action
real
Sosuke
Madara,
should've
I'm
kept
like,
his
yeah,
eyes
Aizen's
on
screwed.
the prize. And,
Do you feel any shame at all?
moderately. Ha! Double pun. Suck it, Wiz.
The winner
Two
is
puns.
Madara Uchiha.
Alrighty,
Thank
Alright,
you for
get
watching
ready
this
to be
episode
prepared
of Death
for
Battle. If
the
you're looking
finale
to get
that
some merch for the holidays,
nobody
we've got
was
a bunch
expecting.
of great new items from Death Battle and Rooster Teeth. From hoodies to t-shirts to socks.
Hollow
to
Dreams.
ears.
I actually like
Click
the
that
name.
box,
That's
start
clever.
shopping now.
Anyway. Saitama versus Popeye the Sailor Man. Yeah. That's the season finale, unfortunately. You thought it was Galactus versus Unicron? Hell nah. It's freaking Popeye against Saitama, and I'm gonna say this right now, and you people can shout at me in the comments, saying, oh, but Saitama can kill things in one punch! Yeah? But what about someone who knows Toon Force? Remember the Mask versus Deadpool? They mentioned Popeye. So it was only a matter of time till they got another Toon Force user on the show. So, in other words, I'm gonna put this lightly. Saitama is utterly screwed. So, Saitama is utterly screwed because you think he can kill Popeye in one punch? Nah. All Popeye has to do is eat the spinach. He's strong till the finish, cause he ate his spinach. He's Popeye the Sailor Man. And if you're wondering how the hell do I know Popeye, well, simple. I grew up watching it. So I know how Popeye works. Hell, at one point when Pluto freaking tried to destroy all the spinach supply, a random kid from the real world tossed a freaking can of spinach to Popeye into the cartoon world. That right there is your example of Toon Force. Popeye is aware of the world around him. So yeah, that just shows you, Saitama's screwed. Anyways, that's it for this Death Battle React. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. I accidentally clicked Discord. Oh god. Oh, come on. Did my reaction lag? Okay, Dom, did my reaction lag? I hope it didn't. I hope it didn't. I really hope it didn't. Because that would have been an... bound to happen. Anyways, rest now.